Hello friends, trace amounts of science! Today we're talking about the T app, where women can go to review men anonymously, without any sort of verification or repercussion for the things that are said on there. It's not going to go well. Welcome to the internet. I think a lot of people are like, oh, you boys are just mad because we're going to write a bunch of weird shit and expose you. And if you didn't do anything wrong, then you don't have anything to worry about. Well, yeah, that sounds a lot like a surveillance state, doesn't it? I haven't done anything wrong, but I also don't want the possibility of people going out there and talking shit simply because I maybe said the wrong thing on the internet, which of course has already inevitably happened to a few people already. So yeah, T is some hot steaming bullshit as far as I'm concerned. It's not even just dumb. It's like insidiously, evilly, divisively dumb. You know what I mean? It's like you take the man versus bear question and distill it down into an app. This has got to be a psyop of some sort, doesn't it? It feels like an episode of Community or Black Mirror. It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia. They all three had their fucking episodes. I personally like Community. Meow Meow Beans is hilarious to me. But It's Always Sunny did pretty good. And of course Black Mirror is fucking great, but I digress. Maybe I'm getting a little off the rails. So what is T? Yeah, it's an app where women can review men that they have dated. Reportedly dated, supposedly dated. It is anonymous and unverified and permanent as of this point. So yeah, them reviews is staying up unless, which we'll get to later, men cannot opt out of this and they can't reply to any of it to defend themselves, and they can't even really know that it's happening unless somebody that's on the app tells them. That is ridiculous to me. It's like, okay, I sort of like Yelp, but this is Yelp for people, and the zero moderation and all the passive aggression of a group chat. Oh my god, post-breakup? Jesus Christ!
We now return to
It is going to be a toxic hell pit. I haven't signed up for it because it was vibe coded. Basically, everybody that signed up for it got their documents leaked. It's like 50, 60 gigs of just people's selfies and ID cards out there on the internet. Congratulations, vibe coders. Like, you need to know your own limitations. Jesus. Now you've basically painted a target on everybody that you've tried to help. How's that for user safety? All of this whole app, it seems like a TikTok girl's fever dream, you know? Except it's real, and there are real world consequences, both for the users and the targets of the users. So, it claims to be for safety. And it's to warn other women about those bad men that are out there. It's empowering, they say. Oh, we've heard that one before, haven't we? Let me be clear that empowerment does not require anonymous slander. I mean, you could do it if you help, but personally, I think it sort of undermines the power. Being powerful is getting up there, truthful, honest, say it with your chest. As far as warning other women, yeah, great. There are no checks and balances. Like, you could have missed out on a truly great guy because somebody decided to shit-talk him post-breakup. You think I don't have exes out there that would shit-talk me 100%? They would. I'm not surprised by that. There's a lot of people out there that just want to hurt the other person, and this is just another tool to do that. People lie, especially people who have been dumped. Or, I guess cheated on, but that would seem more legitimate. Dumped is what I want to focus on here. You're not asking me to trust all women, which fucking I've learned better about that one. Now you're asking me to just trust anybody that has a smartphone and an axe to grind. Cool. Awesome. Surveillance culture dressed up in some fucking brunch core aesthetic. The Big Brother is not the state. It's not the government. It's everybody around you. They just want to have some say, affect some fucking part of your life, and a lot of people, like, let them in. A lot of people have forgotten how to shrug their shoulders and say, I don't really give that much of a shit what you think. The truth is that, yeah, with no verification means there's no accountability. Anybody can say anything. If men had an app to review women, well, it would probably be canceled before the download even finished, you see? And if you can put the shoe on the other gender and it doesn't quite fit, that's my first smell test for most things. And this thing, well, yeah, it stinks pretty good. Shot to the top of the App Store basically overnight, and then all of the users ended up getting their documents leaked. I don't know, man. People need to question things just a little bit more. It says I need to upload my personal private information. Sure, I guess. It's on the store. It wouldn't be on the store if it wasn't legit. They go through, like, the most basic checks to get a fucking app up there, okay? They're looking for, is it functional, not like, is it secure? Honestly, that is a great business idea. Network security for fucking stupid vibe-coded apps. Like, if you're gonna vibe code, it's fine. But I say again, know your limitations is important. Truth is, I don't really know, man. I'm glad I don't have any skin in the game anymore. You know, I've been married for 10 years. I'm not on the front lines. I've watched my brothers suffer, like, endlessly, you know? Cousins that are only a decade younger than myself that just fucking can't find somebody. Maybe refuse to, but really it seems like can't to me. Everybody's out there trying. My little sister, she's trying. But yeah, everybody has this expectation for who they expect the other person to be. You're dating a fucking Instagram profile rather than an actual human being with flaws. And I think in order for dating to recover at all, people are going to have to learn to accept the flaws. Yes, sometimes I fart. Sometimes maybe I'll hold your head under the blanket. just a little bit. It's all in good fun. She'll get me back. She'll get me back while I'm sleeping. So yeah, 10-year marriage. Honestly, it feels like I caught the last helicopter out of Saigon. Somebody commented that on a recent video, and it's been living in my head rent-free ever since. I narrowly missed the fucking Tinder, Hinge, tea wasteland. Truthfully, if I had to go back and, like, start dating again, do first dates all over again, I would carry a legal waiver form in my front breast pocket. Because yes, I do wear a 3-piece suit to first dates. You didn't? Are you even taking this seriously? Step your game up. I need a woman who matches my aesthetic. Just kidding. The truth is that this is not a good thing. I don't know why there are so many people that can't see that. I mean, for men, it's a bit more obvious on why it's harmful. You know, there's a constant anxiety of being exposed, even if you did nothing at all, and having very little recourse about it. Again, we'll get to it. But even beyond, you know, oneself, an app like this is destroying trust. You're going on the first date, and all of a sudden you're focusing on your paranoia over connection with another human being. And that's pathetic to me. How can you expect anyone to function in a state of fear? As for women, well, yeah, it's a bit more veiled. They think it's a good thing, from what I've seen. Literally in the Discord, I saw the discussion. If you didn't do anything wrong, then why are you worried? What the fuck? Now I gotta make a whole video. Now I gotta make a whole goddamn video! Okay, I'll tell you why. Because things like this, fear apps, fear boxes, are only causing you more isolation. It creates a culture of mutual suspicion. Men hate women and women hate men, and I mean, it's happening a lot in the West. Like, South Korea is probably the leading example on all of that. Their incel culture is, like, truly out of control, but I don't know. I think we can wind it back, America. But we're gonna need to get rid of mutual suspicion. We're gonna need to have dates, you know, be about connection instead of interrogation. Because, yeah, how are you supposed to build trust with another human being when you're both sitting there fucking Googling each other under the table? It's ridiculous. Oh, and he better be Googleable, because if he doesn't have a dating profile, that's a red flag. Red flag! Like, yeah, maybe I don't like fucking Instagram. Maybe I realize that it's slowly drip-feeding poison into my brain and I'd rather create my own shit. If she don't get it, then she's not the one, and that's fine, but yeah, probably there's gonna be mean words said. He's so weird, he only wanted to talk about YouTube analytics. Well, get over it, bitches. I don't know what to tell you. I hope you enjoyed eating all my steak fries and not touching your salad while you sit there and scroll on Facebook or whatever the fuck. Dating culture is truly bleak. And again, this app is not going to help that. So for the dudes out there, if you're feeling just the slightest bit black-pilled about basically all of this, I totally get it. I'm not going to shoot that down at all. Your feeling is legitimate. Your feeling is justified. Although, I must be very clear that you shouldn't spiral out over it, okay? Don't go whine on Reddit or Twitter or whatever the fuck. You just control what it is that you can control, and you build a life that isn't dependent on meow meow beans or swipes or validation. Because truthfully, if my picture was up there and said some horrible shit, like, I know I didn't do it. So, I'm really not gonna let it tilt me all that much. If it becomes a thing, then we deal with it. But I'm not gonna sit here fucking twiddling my thumbs and worrying about the future. It's a waste of time. Stoicism is what worked for me, you know? And I don't mean the TikTok aesthetic kind. I mean the stop giving a shit kind, but in the good way. But I give a shit about myself and my family. I took my shower today. I sat here and made my video. As far as the reception and, you know, some people might spin out about it, but that's fine. I've said what I have to say, and you are not going to sway my opinion, probably. I've examined this from quite a few different angles. And yeah, I think my viewpoints are pretty secure. And one of the viewpoints that I alluded to earlier was how to get rid of this thing. It's Apple! Apple's been the secret all along! If your face is listed on this app without consent, you can write to Apple. They are forced to respond, and yeah, they are the chokehold, because if this thing gets pulled off the Apple App Store, well, then it's gonna die instantly. But Redx, what about Google Play? Okay, the type of women who would use an app like this, well, green bubbles give them the ick. They wouldn't be caught dead with an Android, and to me, that seems like the biggest leverage point here. As if it wasn't already dead from exposing its entire user base. I mean, it probably will try to shamble on. You don't just give up a #1 slot on the App Store, do you? But if it does insist on shambling, well, then I gotta drag it out back. I gotta do what I gotta do, you know? We're trying to not have the gender war rage on for generations, but I don't know. It seems like I'm just a drop of water in what is just an ocean of endless shit. And people like it. They're like, why would I want things to change? I like the seas being made of doo-doo. Okay, well, you can live your life that way if you want. I guess my wife and I will be over here breathing in methane fumes and then lighting a match once we're ready for it all to go foof. But back to the core thesis, I guess. Tea doesn't fix anything, okay? That's what I want to drive home to you. It doesn't make dating safer. It doesn't build any sort of connection or community. It's completely divisive. It creates fear and distance between people, which is the opposite of what our existence on this planet is for, as far as I can suss out. It's another wedge in a system that's already been cracked to hell, and I don't know. I see a lot of it crumbling apart. The accelerationist in me is like, good, I hope it does. But there's also a much smaller idealist that lives in there, and yeah, his voice carries. And he says, maybe we can still fix it. Maybe we can. But this, this type of shit is not the way to go about it. Crowdsourced paranoia wrapped in a pink UI, yeah. I think I'm going to pass. So, to the men in the audience, don't take it personally, but do take it seriously. Stop chasing around broken systems and build your own meaning within your own life. You don't need anyone else to help you do that. You're not weak, you're disillusioned. And yeah, there is a difference there. Staying bitter, however, makes you really, really easy to control. You will turn into a useful idiot, okay? To the women, I would like to ask, has this app actually made you safer? Or are you perhaps more isolated and anxious and surrounded by fewer decent men than ever before? Seems like the only decent men that are left are out there living in the woods, building pipe bombs or writing a manifesto. I'd have a beer with that guy. In summation, I would like to repeat one more time that tea is not the solution. It doesn't build community, it's not a safety tool, it is hot, steaming, authoritarian bullshit. And if all that makes me the bad guy, well, cool. I'd rather get canceled for speaking plainly about what is very clear in front of my face than fucking applauded for co-signing a digital lynch mob. If you'd like to hear me rant on this a little bit more, I guess let me know in the comments, but I think I've said all I had to say, so sign up Patreon, YouTube memberships. I do appreciate those people so very much. If it's your first time here, maybe subscribe, share the video around, that'd be pretty cool. Finally, lastly, most importantly, I want to remind you, friends, that you are loved, you are worthy, you definitely deserve better than tea. I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.